Hey everyone, James Niggemeyer here. Thank you for tuning back into the YouTube channel. Got home last night from the Bass Nation Qualifier number 2 for the year over on Lake Eufaula in Oklahoma. I really like that place. I just like the way it sets up. It's a pretty interesting and giant body of water. I think something like over 100,000 surface acres. A couple different rivers that feed it, different things like that. And of course, it lends itself to shallow power fishing, and the fact that it got really high, it rose like 3.5 feet in the course of just a few days. It got even more stained and more muddy than it normally does. Really just wanted to kind of do a little tournament wrap up on that event. So Bass, I guess this is the second year that Bass is doing these Bassmaster Federation qualifier events. So basically, I think previously you had to fish through the state and then through the region to get to a qualifier to go to the nationals. Well, now you can just fish one of these qualifiers and then get a berth straight to the nationals. So that's kind of an interesting and unique deal. It ends up being a big event. We had close to 200 anglers in the event and people from all over, Colorado, Arizona, I don't know if Nevada, but New Mexico, obviously Oklahoma, Wisconsin, Arkansas, Texas. So really quite a few people. I'm sure there's even more states represented there, but really a great event because you really just get to be around people that just have a genuine passion for the sport. People that you probably would not cross paths with otherwise, just because they would be fishing in their perspective state and region, and then the only way you'd ever meet them is probably at the nationals. So really cool event, sponsored by a lot of the companies that I'm affiliated with: Bass Pro Shops, Progressive, Ranger Boats, Mercury, Power Pole. Just great companies get behind this event, and it fit really well into the fact that I had just finished up fishing the Bassmaster Open over on Lake Norfolk, and this was a back-to-back weeks, so it only probably added like an hour or two possibly to my drive home from Mountain Home. I just came through towards, I think, just south of Tulsa and then directly over to Eufaula. Yeah, I wanted to go over, just do a quick tournament recap. Super tough conditions. I mean, when I got there, it was like, I want to say it was real feel like in the 30s. I got there, I left Mountain Home on Saturday morning, got there like Saturday around maybe 11 o'clock. I went and quickly did groceries, and then I dropped my camper at the campground, and by the time I got everything squared away and situated, I was like, I'm not even going out today because it's blowing and it looks like it's gonna rain, and it's, real feel, low 40s, high 30s, something like that. It was cold. I can't remember exactly what it was. And I was like, man, I don't even know if I'm going out. But I went out even for 4 hours, only had one keeper bite, was on a spinnerbait. The second day, fished a full day. I got out a little later because it was just freezing in the morning. And again, it had rained and the lake was still rising, and a lot of places got really chocolate mud. And I ended up spending the entire day on the water and had 2 fish. I had one that was like about a 5-pounder, and then another one that was just a keeper bass, but they were spread out by miles of water. And so I really didn't feel like I learned anything other than the fact that they both were on a spinnerbait, the same spinnerbait. It was a chartreuse 1/2 ounce single Colorado. Man, I think I might have it here. And I don't have it, but this is really similar to what I was throwing, but it was a solid chartreuse. This is actually a homemade one that I make. But so that's what I caught. Basically, the 3 keeper bass in 2 days, right? It was the 3rd day. You have 3.5 days of practice. And so that day I was like, man, I don't know where to put in, but it's supposed to really blow. So I want to be kind of putting in close to where I'm fishing. And so I chose a section of the lake that is notoriously, has history for producing good bags. Went down there, put in, and spent the entire day there. Really liked what I found. I only had 2 bites, and neither one of them were keepers, but the water clarity was good, the cover or habitat was good, the water temperature was better than I'd found, and I thought, this place has a lot of potential. plus the fact that those two fish were two bites that were pretty close to each other. So I was like, I know these aren't the only fish here. There's got to be some better quality. So I expanded my search. The final day of practice, I decided I'd go to a completely different area, never had a bite. So it was quite easy for me to kind of, figure out what my game plan was. My game plan was definitely going to be, I am going to just go to the area where I had two bites in close proximity, where everything looked great. Habitat, water temperature, and the fact that I got bit, just because it was really difficult to get a bite. So that's what I did, went over there, and basically first day, 1 bass, 2.7. I lost another, what I thought was a keeper, and then had two shorts. Day 2, phenomenal day, had 5 bites, only 4 kept, but they were big ones. Had 4 for 16.11, catapulted from 101st all the way up to 14th. And the final day, I had 4 keeper bites, 2 of them 4-pounders, lost one at the side of the boat, another one wrapped me up in the brush. But the second day, I caught them all flipping a creature bait, Okeechobee craw colored. And the first day, I caught mine on a spinnerbait. The last day, I caught my final 2 keepers. Actually, every keeper bite I had was on a spinnerbait. So that was basically it. I was throwing for my spinnerbait, I was throwing a Phoenix Ultra MVX Classic, 7-foot medium heavy, 20-pound test gamma fluorocarbon line, and then a Bass Pro Shops Johnny Morris Platinum Signature Series 6:8:1. I like a little bit slower gear ratio on the old spinnerbait. And then for flipping, I was using a Phoenix Feather. It's a 7.7 extra heavy, and so it's 7 foot 7 inches, 20-pound test gamma fluorocarbon, and then the same reel, the Bass Pro Shops Johnny Morris Platinum Signature Series, and 8:3:1 on that. That was my game plan. Pretty simple approach, but I had to be flexible, fluid. There was 2 other guys that I shared the area with. I think if one of us had it all to ourselves, we maybe had a chance to run it winning the whole thing. But weights were pretty tight otherwise, except for congratulations to Paul Browning. He won the entire thing, and man, he really ran away with it. So congratulations to him. That's pretty much the wrap up on the Federation Qualifier out of Lake Eufaula in Oklahoma. Thanks for watching this video. If you got anything out of it, please give me a thumbs up and drop a comment down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do that. Also, check out my social media channels, which is Instagram and Facebook. I'll have a link in the description section. And then if you want to take a look at supporting the channel in some way, which is through my merch, check that out. It's Team Niggemeyer Fishing, and there will be a link to that in the description below. Until next time, thanks for watching and good fishing.